Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning. Shake your body. Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out, y'all.
Yeah, that's a clip from an extremely genius movie that is brought to you by an extremely genius producer that has been on our show in the past that makes us genius as well. The movie is called The Big Sick, in theaters, and joining us again is the one and only Judd Apatow, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Judd, I gave you genius status, brother.
I like it. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. This is where I feel most comfortable of all the shows I do at Sirius.
Yeah.
I feel like if I lived in New York, I would be here all the time.
I feel like it too. Man, I'm buying your shirt, man. Show me your
Take your pants off.
Yeah, man. How comfortable you want to get, Judd?
Show me your nips.
Show me your nips, man.
I'm too hairy. I'm too hairy for this room.
You're too hairy for this room? Hey, man, what have you been up to outside of the business?
Outside of the business
Yes.
is well, I've been. Well, this is in the business. I've been touring the country doing stand-up.
Yeah.
I'm about to do a Netflix special in a few weeks because it was my turn. And
Yes.
we all get one at some point.
Yeah.
So I'm traveling around, which is fun for me. When you make a movie, you're alone for years. You're just stuck with some hairy, sweaty editor, and you don't meet anybody. I think that's why people get stale.
Yeah.
They're just alone
No
behind their
experience,
big hedge at their house, and so I just try to be with people and see what they think is funny directly. I think it helps the writing on all the movies and the TV. So I'm going to be in Boston at the Wilbur next week on the 24th in Rhode Island, and it's been a blast. It's really fun.
Now, a lot of folks, it's interesting because in hip hop we got this thing like if you did something 3 or 4 years ago, people don't know you did it. They only know you for what they see you do now. They know you as you produce film, you write films, but you did stand up first, right?
I did. I was
Jim Carrey, right?
I did it when I was 17 till I was 24. And I used to live with Adam Sandler.
Okay.
And I used to go on the road with Jim Carrey.
Wow.
And it was discouraging to live with Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey because they were so funny and innovative, and they weren't stars yet, but you knew it was coming. They were like supernovas. You could feel it, and it made me feel bad about myself because I'm like, I don't have the talent or charisma of these guys. Like it was like if you wanted to start a band and your neighbors were the Beatles, and you're like, maybe I shouldn't start a band. They seem much better than me at this thing we're doing. But it's great to be back. When I was working with Amy Schumer on Trainwreck, I would go watch her do stand-up, and I thought, why don't I do this anymore? This seems like more fun than what I'm doing.
But what is your stand? Like Amy is, she could be really extreme. You know, she could get real radical in her comedy, and real bold in her comedy.
Yes.
Well, well, number one, how did you know you were funny? When did you first think you were funny?
Yes.
And then what direction do you take? Do you stay away from politics or?
No, I get right into it.
Okay,
I go right into the politics. I go right into the Trump stuff, and because I think we're all so stressed out right now, and we need to sit with each other and go, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This Donald Trump Jr. stuff is so crazy. It's worse than we ever thought. Although I like that he only trusts his family and his son is going to bring the whole thing down. He's like, no one else can be trusted except Don Jr. And Don is just the worst spy in the world. Russians are like, I have secret information. He's like, I love it.
Well, he said that in an email, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the worst thing you ever could say on an email. I love it. It's like the waiter on I Love Lucy. Ooh, secret information. I'll keep it secret.
Judd Apatow is here. Wonder, you're not laughing at this joke. Why not, man?
Hey man, it is what it is. I know what I'm getting when celebrities come in here.
Okay. He's a supporter. He's a supporter.
You can't still be a supporter at this point.
Oh yeah, till the wheels fall off, baby.
Oh my God! And why do you think you are? Is it the policies or the man?
I like the disruption, and presidency will never be the same again, and anybody could pretty much do it from this point forward. And I like that. It's nothing we've ever seen or experienced before, whether you like it or not. I think disruption is good.
Anybody can do it now. So that's good.
Disruption is great till you have cancer and lose your health insurance. You know what I mean? I just think like it on paper, I get it. It's just like, oh, government doesn't work great. Government is never going to work great anywhere because the world just changes. Like at some point, you know, the factories can use robots and everyone else is screwed, right? And that's not the fault of government. It's just progress. So things are never manageable where you could say government has let me down, just like things are changing. And so when you go, I'd be better to have a lunatic in charge just to break all this up. It sounds fun, but then people like can't get their chemotherapy. I think people really get hurt ultimately. And I'm glad that you've changed your mind.
Thank you,
I'm
Marty,
glad
man.
I changed you on that.
I never thought about that before. Thank you, Judd.
There it is. All right. Judd Apatow is here. We're going to open up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. Who's your favorite rapper right now?
Who's my favorite rapper right now?
What do you listen to most?
Well,
who gets you excited?
Who gets me excited? I was listening to the Jay-Z album, which I was enjoying, and I was rapping along with it. And my daughter said, "You're not allowed to rap along with that." And so I'm like, "Okay, even alone I can't." And she's like, "No, you're not allowed to do it."
How old is your daughter?
My daughter's 14.
14. And so, see, she's your biggest gauge of whether you're cool or not.
Oh, I am not cool. I am not cool. I think all kids think their dad's an idiot. Yeah. I think even Johnny Depp's kid's like, oh, my dad with those freaking scarves. You know?
I heard you talking about your daughter and what she thought about your comedy once, and this is what you said.
My daughter said to me the other day, "Dad, I find you so unfunny that sometimes my friends make jokes, which are good jokes, and I don't laugh at them because you make jokes." Yes, that's true. That's as cold as you can get. I told Jerry Seinfeld that, and he said, "They always hate the best part of you."
Wow.
Judd Apatow is here. 888-742-3345. This is for you.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shea 45.